Hi, I'm Sharon Reid, your host with Work It Out Workshops, 10 minutes video series. Welcome. Thank you for joining us once again. We do have an exciting new guest today. It is Dr. Shrondra Smith. She is a podiatrist by vocation and a motivational speaker by passion. I like that. She is founder of Esteem Motivational Speaking. And she is here to talk to us about motivating.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Thanks for having me. Thanks.
You know, sometimes we get stuck.
Yes.
We start, many of us start with the new year or birthday, and we say, you know what, I'm going to do this, and we're ready, and we got our plans.
Yep, and after a month or so, it dies out or fades out. This is true, we've all been there.
So what do we do?
Well, the first thing I like to tell people before we even start is that I tend to talk a lot. My mother told me that I have the gift of gab, but I promise I'll keep it to 10 minutes, alright? I'll keep it succinct. But basically the reason is because we lose focus, right? And we have to be disciplined.
Yes.
Lots of times discipline is very hard to maintain from day to day to day. But statistics have shown that if you do anything for a series of 21 to 30 days, it becomes a habit.
Yes.
So when I'm training people doing life coaching or seminars or such, I like to let them know that the first thing you have to do is plan your steps, right? When you're talking about studying for a test or anything, you plan your steps. So you have to block out a significant time where you're going to actually dedicate to making that life change.
And I found even for myself, Shrondra, that I decided to exercise.
Right.
I'm always talking about exercise. Exercise is not just for losing weight, but exercise is to maintain health.
Exactly.
And I have definitely learned that recently.
Yes.
And so one of the things that I decided to do was not give myself a specific time in the morning, but just say in the mornings before I go to work, I'm going to walk.
Right.
Or I'm going to do some form of exercise.
And that's the thing, a lot of times we put ourselves into a box and we have very lofty expectations. And though while it's good to dream big, I tell people about dreaming big, you also want to be realistic. Because if you set a goal of losing 100 pounds in a week, that's not realistic. You can say lose a pound a week, that's better. So for you, you have to tailor it. So instead of trying to attain someone else's goal, you have to decide on which is your goal and then attain it. And crossing it off the list actually gives that feeling of accomplishment.
Exactly. Tell me, what's your clients? Who do you motivate and why are you into motivating?
Oh my gosh, loaded question. The first I'll answer, I motivate everyone. So adults, children, I do a lot with groups of families, organizations. I've worked with Starbucks, I've worked with Boys and Girls Club of America, many groups, University of Dayton, things like that. And I do professional, personal, and so that's what I kind of hone in on. It basically acts as a consultant. So if someone comes with a need, then I can tailor my presentation to them, but it deals with personal, professional, and youth development.
So give us a little bit of how would you motivate? Give us an example of motivating personally.
Well, if I'm doing life coaching, the first thing I like people to do is come with a game plan, right? Whether it be you want to lose weight or get healthier, stop smoking, or be better with your finances. I usually say come with a game plan. Let's sit down, let's tailor it to your life. And then I would then go into my 6 principles of success, which I actually have on the CD, and that's available on my website, www.esteemspeaking.com. It's available, and these are 6 principles that I have used in my life and I continue to use daily. So the first thing I would tell somebody is, number 1, keep a journal.
Is that one of the principles?
Yes, it is.
Keep a
if
journal.
you look at Oprah Winfrey, if you look at Tyler Perry, that's what successful people do. They keep journals.
You know,
So
Shrondra, though, keeping a journal, a lot of people don't like to keep a journal because they think that they're putting all their personal information and they're afraid that someone else may read it.
What's the thing? This is not a journal where it's a tell-all book. This is not a tell-all type thing. What it is making plans. So if you were to think back to 5 years ago, where did you want to be? Could you specifically say, I wanted to be here financially or physically? No, you couldn't.
Right.
But what you could do is flip back to 5 years ago and say a journal and say, these were my goals, these were my plans. Many times people plan their 2-week vacation, they know exactly what they're going to do for 2 weeks.
Right.
And people have their funeral planned out to the T, they know exactly what they're going to be buried in. But do
All
we know
of this
how
they
we're
would
going
put in
to...
their
No.
journal?
What I'm saying is, we fail to plan for our lives.
True.
You see what I mean?
I understand.
So we plan for funerals and we plan for 2-week vacations, but do we have a life plan? So that's what the journal would be. It's a life plan.
I see.
And then once we have the life plan, where we're looking at it daily, taking time out, or it could be every week or so. Some people I like to talk, so I have also a written as well as a verbal or audio journal where I keep my ideas as they pop up sometimes in the driving or at night. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me put it in. Or, hey, I made a contact with someone I want to.
I think that's a real good idea. The
You've
audio
got to.
journal. What do you think about the audio journal?
It's
because people are
easier
having
to
an
manage.
MP3, people are using it to exercise or listen. I think that's a real good idea.
So you have to keep a record of things because I always like to trust a dull pencil over a sharp mind. So that's just,
dull pencil over a sharp mind.
Yes.
Thank you. Give me another principle.
The second principle is the second principle would be to have a dream board. Now you say, what's a dream board? Well, if you have any goal aspiration, a certain house or a certain weight or a certain lifestyle or eating habit, you put it on a dream board. Visual reminders. I have my dream board right above my bed. Every morning I get up, I see that's where I need to be. And as I achieve a goal, then I'm able to recreate my dream board because we don't want to stay stagnant. The goal is to
so you add more,
yes,
or do you start over?
You can start over depending on how much recreation you need to do or how much you've improved. You can tailor your dream board. That's a visual stimulus every time you get up, every time you get down. Emotionally, you go back to that dream board and say, here's my goal, because many times we have such wonderful visions, but life gets in the way. You get downtrodden and you forget that here's where I'm going, here are the steps I need to take. So if you have a dream board to say, my goal is to own a home, or my goal is to have a good relationship with God, or my goal is to start my own company or business. Well, if you have it at the forefront, then you'll actually be able to remember and remind yourself. Once again, you always trust a dull pencil over a sharp mind. So imagine if you have those visual stimuli to keep you on the right track.
Right.
So I tell you, that's the second principle.
Where would you keep your vision board? People also call it a vision board.
A vision board? You can keep it anywhere. You can keep it in the bedroom. Somewhere that is very frequently visited by you, right? So for me, sometimes I'll put things even on my bathroom mirror, reminders about things that I want to do or, places that I want to go emotionally and mentally. It's a stimulus. It's anything that will stimulate you to remember your goals.
Yeah. Actually, the vision board has worked for me personally. I remember over 20 years ago that I had been using the vision board, and when I was moving to the Georgia area, I had a picture of the house I wanted to buy.
Yep.
I put the picture of the house in my mirror in the bathroom, and every day until it came true.
You see?
So it can happen. Yes, it can.
Yes.
Give us one more principle before we get ready to close out.
Beware of your fave five. All right, fave five. Attraction is attraction, right? And successful people attract successful people. And so often I find there's a story of the eagle in the chicken coop, right? So a suckling eagle is sitting there and he's surrounded by all these chickens and grows up thinking he's a chicken because he never was able to soar with the eagles. So I like to tell people to remember their surroundings and their environment. And I just like to leave you with a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt that I've used since I was about the age of 13, 14, that has definitely helped me. It is, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And then what I like to tell everyone at the end or beginning of every presentation is that I will either see you at the top or from the top. You decide.
I'll be at the top with Dr. Shrondra Smith. How about you? Thank you for joining us with Work It Out Workshops. I hope in this 10 minutes you were inspired, that you were empowered. I definitely was encouraged. We'll look for you next time. See us with more topics, more guests, and expert opinions. Have a good day.